Samsung, you want to rename yourself or you need help?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome, Sister Carla, Rahel.
Hello, you're welcome.
Hello.
Good Sunday, Sister Canla.
Happy Sunday, everyone. How we doing?
By the grace, we are here.
Waiting for the snow.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, Sister John.
Yes, all the best.
Happy Sunday. Queen Nadu, Sister Joan. Hi, everyone.
Sister Carla. Yeah. Okay, Sister Edith. You rename yourself. No, that's not you. Samsung is still on. Welcome from South Africa. How is the weather? We have one snow pass and we are waiting for another one at 1 p.m. Yeah. I hope everybody is well covered.
Looking forward to it when it starts coming down. So,
if you don't have anything emergency, please don't be on the road.
Looking forward to snow. Who's looking for snow?
Yes, to jump out there, just get the beauty of it, but not be a part of it. Just admire nature.
You see?
Admire nature when nature is at its best.
Yeah, anytime, not at the best. It's the best for our Lord. So we have to take it like that. Welcome, Sister Lerato.
What?
Hello, South
My
Africa.
people, we are on YouTube already.
Yeah, it's good that they know that we are home. We are in family.
All right, guys. It looks like our YouTube channel started already.
Yeah. It's a family affair. Yeah. Brother
All
Joseph.
right, we're counting down on YouTube, people. So
Yeah.
we're going to be live.
Beautiful.
Actually, we are live already.
Happy Sunday, Sister Nadu and everybody.
Yeah, happy Sunday to you, brother. We like to hear the male voices too. Thanks. We have Brother Henry. Dr. Patience, are you ready for us? The song, everything to start?
Yes.
All right.
Very soon we start. We are counting down on YouTube. We are 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And counting down. Welcome everyone. I hope everybody enjoyed the weekend off. I hope everybody enjoyed the weekend off a lot.
Yeah. A lot of love. It still continues. It didn't stop on that day. We sowed the seed last Sunday, so it's growing.
When you see me just starting, let the countdown is your minutes. Let's see you start dancing.
No, it's 60 seconds. Okay, Sister Patient, you found a way to get up yourself.
Go to YouTube. You get the countdown music. I always dance to it.
She loves it when the countdown is already counting and we are coming down to the last minute. It's a beautiful music.
Yeah, the last second. It's good to be happy always. Always be happy.
Joy is infectious.
Yeah, and it's healthy. It's healthy. Yeah.
share that music.
The countdown music is what Dr. Derek brought at the beginning of streaming on YouTube. So yes, it's not easy to share it because YouTube goes live. Meanwhile, we are here on Zoom.
E B K O O.
Yeah, enjoy it. The last seconds are going down.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. You know, I don't know how to thank my brother, King Dr. Derek. If you see, I always go to YouTube. I love the countdown.
Yeah,
I love the countdown. That's why you always see me dancing. I love the countdown on YouTube. He has a beautiful music. King Dr. Derek and Queen Miriam, we appreciate you. Please, I don't take what you do for us for granted. I know you're busy on Sundays now. That's why we have not seen you for a while. But you have not gone. You are in the background still working hard, making the flyers, setting up YouTube. I cannot say I cannot express how much I appreciate you. We really do. We really do. But you know, as our Dream Team custom and tradition, we start our music by just reminding ourselves that in life, anything you do, you should go with the attitude of winning. Just get away from negativity, go with the positive. And we've been blessed over the years that one of our own sister with an angelic voice put something beautiful together to encourage us to say that as long as we are breathing, as long as we are trusting, as long as we are alive, anything that we are inside, as long as it is positive, we should win it. It doesn't matter what aspect of our life is. So without wasting your time, we're going to start with our signature tune, In It to Win It. You should use this for everything in your life. You are in anything that you go, any positive thing, you're going there because you want to get something beautiful out of it. So as we continue to educate ourselves, I want to thank all the presenters on Dream Team. People have called me that they've been blessed with the topic. Today, again, is another beautiful topic. Health is wealth. Knowledge is power. And I'm not a speaker. I don't know why am I gapping today? Maybe that 1 week off. That 1 week of love is making me gap. Let me just go to it, please. Stop gapping. We are in it to win it.
To win it.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Derek.
We are here, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it. In it to win it, in it to win it. Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one goal, bringing
of the closing doors, please.
We are in it to win it. In anything in your life to win it, we should stand tall. We should stand with the audacity as joint heir of our Almighty God's Son, Jesus Christ, that shed his cross on the Calvary for us to have that audacity that we are joint heir with him. So you should stand tall in anything you're doing. Stand with the challenge that the doors are open, nobody can shut it. I'm not here to preach. We should claim the audacity. That's why he said that he has given us dominion over everything on the sky, in the waters, on the land. God said that. He's giving you dominion, so you should stand tall and let the doors be open. Nobody can shut it. I'm not going to preach. I said, I don't know. Maybe that 1 week off did something. I hope people found love. We have decided on the Dream Team to be intentional this year. We have decided to say that we have done our wilderness. We work hard for years. We straight every day. I said now we'll be taking intentional breaks to celebrate love, to celebrate family. So the days that there are something that are intentionally for family or love or anything, we might have that weekend off. We just had Valentine's weekend off. Show me hands. Just let me know if you found love. Anyway, let me stop. So without wasting time, I know you didn't come to hear me gap. Everybody came here to get knowledge. But before we go to knowledge, I will send it over to our moderator today. Because one of our moderators is a presenter, so she will take that position as a presenter today. So Queen Kanda and Dr. Benny, over to you guys.
Oh my goodness. The love is still in you. I can see it radiating. I mean, it hasn't even, it feels like it just started. Wow. I mean, does anyone feel the same way? Because I still do. I am still delighted. I am still excited. I am still joyful. I am still happy. Yes, that 1 week we had, we needed it. It was much love because Sister Pat, you were asking if anyone found love. Yes, we did, even before we went out. The Dream Team family is our love. And here we are back again with the same family. If that is not love, I don't know what is. So we love you all, our family on YouTube. We love you, our family here on Zoom. Much, much love. And I joined Dr. Pat in saying, I truly hope and believe you had a wonderful Valentine weekend, Valentine celebration, and let us continue celebrating this Valentine every day, every moment of our life. So with that, I want to take us to the next webinar agenda, which is our mindset for today. We have listened to our queen and our sister Lerato grace us with that beautiful angelic voice. We love her. And she does more than that. She also brings us the mental aspect of our being together, our business, and in our daily lives. She is no stranger to us. Sis, I know you are there and you are ready. I don't even want
Yes, my beautiful sis.
I don't
I'm
even
here.
want to start thinking what you're going to do, but we know that you are
Look.
ready. Take it away, sis.
Oh, look, sis, I'm just here and I'm just excited. We were talking about love, and I said, you know, what is it about if it's not about all about love? Because God
Yes.
is love, and anything
Yes.
outside God, then it's just, no, it's not worth it, right? So when you
Yes.
talk about love, I get excited. By the way, my name Lerato means love. So
Beautiful. Oh my
yes, it
God.
is. It
That
means
is our
love.
crown jewel for the Dream Team. Oh my
Yeah. My
gosh.
name means love, so I always say that for me to live everything that I do, I immerse myself with just deciding everything from the point of love. It's not easy, but when we are now intentional about that, then I know that I'm serving my purpose, because if God is love, then everything about me has to reflect that. It has to reflect that in every aspect, in my decisions and everything that
Yes.
I do. Love has to be the great motivation,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm
Oh,
excited when you speak. Before I get in there, like Dr. Patience was like, I don't want to preach. I'm like, let me not preach about love. But the topic of love is something that is just, it moves me, right? So I'm
yes.
so happy to be here, my
All right.
beautiful people. And thank you, Sister Kanla. It's always good to see you.
Yes.
And I'm very, very grateful to be here, guys. I'm really, really grateful to be here, mainly because it's not by my own doing. God purposed it for me to be here, and He saw it for me to be here. And I'm grateful. I don't take anything for granted. Every day for me is just, it's a blessing and it's an opportunity for me to live my life intentionally, to love well, to present the best that I can in this existence and make sure that I live well. And when it's all said and done, there are no regrets, right? There are no regrets. I don't want to have any regrets. I want to live well. And everything that I can take, the tools that makes me, make better choices, tools that are given to me that we also share here. I'm so grateful for this platform because I always say that there's nothing that happens by chance. Everything is always orchestrated to build our life and shape it to what we want it to be. So you attract who you are. So I think for me, it's important because I can see the how do I say, the fruits of me being here. I reap so much from being here around you. The company that I keep, I see that it's producing very, very good fruits in my life, and I'm very, very happy. And so I don't want to take that for granted. So I'm really, really grateful. And I'm grateful to be here. And I give God all the glory that I'm alive and I'm well, I'm healthy. I'm very, very happy. So thank you. And also for this opportunity for me to just talk to you, with you, and just sow certain seeds, maybe certain things. I always say when I speak, certain things will fall in and you will take what you can. Those things that you want to throw to the side, and throw to the side. Everything that I say is not for everybody, and I'm good with that. But I just believe that just me being here, I might sow something in your spirit that will help you, or that will make you think deeper, or that will just change the trajectory of your life. I don't know. But I'm just here as a servant, and I'm just allowing God to use me and speak through me. Remember that last week we spoke about just being intentional also with our inner dialogue, remember? And I asked you certain questions, and those questions I asked you, when I asked you those questions, how did they make you feel, right? And I asked you to say certain things to yourself, and said to you, how did those statements make you feel? Did it feel like something that is not real? Was it something where the inner voice started talking against what I was saying? And I remember some of the statements that I said you should say to yourself. Some of them were like things like, I deserve wealth. When you start saying that, how does it feel in your body, in your mind, in your spirit? When you start saying, I deserve wealth, some people want wealth, you want well-being, you want all these beautiful things, but when you start speaking, you will find that there's another voice that speaks something else. And that voice usually is a voice that reflects your inner beliefs about yourself. Remember, we also had a statement that said, as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you are 24/7, invested in thoughts of negativity or thoughts that are not necessarily building you, those will be that will be your main inner dialogue, something that will always, you will be just in that realm of, those, you'll just be in that scope. You won't be able to shift, because if you're immersed in anything that doesn't support growth, that doesn't agree with God, then there's no way that you can produce something, positive. It's impossible, right? So a lion doesn't give birth to a goat. You understand? So it's the same thing as your life. If you surround your life with negativity, there's no way that you're going to have positivity coming out. You cannot plant apples and get oranges, right? And I said we have to be very intentional, and also try to break the how did I say it? I said it's like the block, those statements that block good things coming to us, that block the blessings that we are looking for, or the the fruits that we're looking for. Those statements, we have to first of all check our inner dialogue and what it is, and confront it and break everything that wants to block us, right? And so I spoke about those statements, and this week I just wanted to also expatiate on that and talk about how do we change if you've been in I don't want to say negative cycle, because I'm trying to find a better way to form it so that it doesn't sound limiting or a negative, but right now in no other word comes to me but to say, we need to break bad cycles and form better habits every day, and that requires us to make choices every day. When we wake up in the morning, we are presented with choices throughout our entire day. All right, throughout our entire day. So the mindset of prosperity doesn't only apply just for 10 seconds when we're talking here, and then the rest of the week you are just doing something else. You're speaking negative, you're still going back to your old patterns, and then when we speak on Sunday you feel bad for 2 seconds, and then when we leave here you fall back into your old patterns. If you're really intentional about success and you're intentional about changing yourself, because we cannot want the outside to change, our circumstances outside to change, when we do not change ourselves, because we do not manifest what we want but whom we are. So that means then everything that we do, everything that we are, has to be in alignment with prosperity, with success that we say that we are, that we want to manifest and to be visible in our lives, right? So today I thought, okay, let's. I was listening to a very beautiful speaker. Her name is Teresa Ville, and she spoke about her success and how she broke down certain things, because of course, when you want to change things, sometimes you don't know where to start, you don't know where to begin. But the fact that you have desire to begin, we can just make minor adjustments that will actually become major at the end of the day, and then they will culminate to become something great, right? For me, it's like exercise. Me and Dr. Patience, our biggest challenge is exercise, right? When you think about 40 minutes of cardio, you think never. But if you break it down, you're like, okay, 10 minutes. I'm going to start with 10 minutes and do this, and you will yourself to do 10 minutes. And after some time, you will see like, okay, 10 minutes is manageable, and then you will start building. And then now it becomes a lifestyle, or choose something that you like. Me, I like walking, ne? And I know that I can sustain it. If I'm walking, I know I can sustain walking because I love walking. So I force myself to walk. In those days where the weather is bad and I can't walk, I force myself to take the stairs. I'll be going up this down the stairs and make sure that I have 15 minutes of that. And then after some time you get used to it, it becomes a part of you, because then it becomes a habit, right? So I wanted to get to those habits that we can form that will help us to build ourselves to that prosperity mindset that sits with us, not something that we just visit occasionally. It has to be a part of who you are. If you are going to manifest success, you have to become the success that you're looking for and the prosperity that you're looking for. It has to be a part of you. That means your talk, your thoughts, everything about you has to spell success. You can't be success 1 minute and then 10 minutes later you're on doom and gloom, right? So they said, if you change what you're saying, you change what you're seeing. So it's important that the words that we speak, what we're saying to ourselves, are in an alignment with what we're looking for, with the success, or what we or whom we want to be, so that we can see these things that we want to call into existence, right? So I have 5 points here. I just wanted to share the habits quickly because I'm excited about what Sister Irene is going to share today. So I'm not going to take long, but I want to share 5 points with us. And for me, when Terry was talking, I said that I was listening to Terry Seville. She spoke about prayer and meditation. That for her, that's how she starts her day. And prayer and meditation, guys, it doesn't have to be something long and dreary. You have to tailor these things to a form that it will be manageable and be realistic to you. If you're someone that knows that you get distracted easily, tailor everything according to what fits to you. Just because somebody can pray for 50 hours, we all don't have the same grace, right? We don't all have the same grace for meditation. We don't have the same grace, but do something that will be realistic to you and manageable and doable. So for me, in the morning, I set aside 30 minutes, right? In that 30 minutes, and for me, it varies every day, right? That 30 minutes is dedicated to my thoughts. I watch everything. I'm like, okay, fine, I'm intentional. Today, everything that I'm going to speak, everything I'm going to think, everything that I'm going to it has to be prosperous. It has to be about prosperity. I'm not going to agree with anything else but prosperity, right? What do I mean by that? For me, like, you would be uh, uh, like, of course, all of us want to be prosperous, right? So let's say a challenge comes through the day. I've intended that today, I don't know, I want to make a good example that will be relatable to you. Somebody would say, okay, I want to make more money, right? So fine, you want to make more money, and then throughout the day, you look at your bank account, you realize that you don't have the money that you want. Your account is going to the opposite direction. Then now, when you're sitting there, you start saying, you know what, good things never happen to me. I'll never have this money. As soon as the money comes out, you start getting. Thank you. Yes, ma. Yes, Mama Edith. Now you will start talking negative. I will never get to that point where I want. I'll never. You see those statements? We have to break them. If we have intended to speak success and prosperity throughout the day, when something like that comes in and you see your bank account and it doesn't reflect what you want, you start speaking. It's like, you know what? The blessing of the Lord. I'm supposed to be to be in abundance because I'm a child of a king. I'm a child of an abundant God. So this abundance, one way or the other, it has to be here. So I live in abundance. My bank account might say something else, but that success, that prosperity, that growth, that beautiful, that beautifulness that I'm looking for, it's my portion because that's who I am. I'm a child of a king. How do I become now a beggar when I'm a child of a king and a God that is very prosperous and abundant, right? Then you speak something positive. I don't know, I can't formulate it for you, but you have to make sure that whatever, when you intend for to walk in prosperity, everything about you and you can is it has to be about prosperity. And you start by setting habits that will help to support that for you. And for one, the first one for me is prayer. I spend time in prayer. And for me, prayer is just communing with God. And sometimes I just sit there and just say thank you, just thank you. Thank you, Lord, for today. Thank you that I woke up. Thank you that this day is a day that is blessed. Somebody's talking, so it's distracting me a little bit. So I'll be saying to myself, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And these days, God said that He is daily loading me with benefits. I will see those benefits in everything that I touch, everywhere I go. Everything that I do will usher in those blessings. I'll live in a blessing. I'm in constant blessing. Everything about my life is blessing. That's what I will decree. I'll speak that. And I said, my words will not come back to me void. And so I would pray and I would meditate. Sometimes I'll read a scripture and just meditate on it and speak what the word of God says. And I'm going to talk about what I know, right? The truth of what the word of God says about me, I'll speak that. So throughout the entire day, when something contrary to what I spoke wants to confront me, I'm like, no, I decreed this morning that what I'm going to see, the word of God says that what is this? Goodness and mercy shall follow me. I'm not chasing anything. Goodness is supposed to follow me. Mercy is supposed to follow me. Abundance is supposed to follow me. I'm not chasing anything. So I have to see it. So even if something comes and it's contrary to that, I start decreeing the truth and what the word of God says about me. And then I would find that things eventually things that it's shaping in another form that it's actually becoming, how do I say, agreeable to what I confess with my mouth, right? So it's important. So that's the first habit, this prayer and meditation, and choose to set 5 habits that you want to now integrate into your life and do this every day and it becomes a part of you. The second one, reading. A lot of people don't read. I was surprised of how many people don't read, So reading, make sure you read, even if it's a paragraph, read something that teaches you something different. Choose a topic. Maybe it's finance, maybe it's whatever topic that is positive, just read. Even if it's the word of God that will support whatever, just read. Take time, just read, even if it's one paragraph. And you'll find that the more you read and you get, drawn into it, then you start reading a little bit more. For me, right now, I'm interested in finance. Of course, when you read when you start reading about finance the first time, it's like another language. I'm there thinking, what does this mean? It's like another language. But the more I'm learning the terms and the, you know, how the finance works, now I'm getting more wised up. I'm learning about more NFTs, different things, you know, finances. I was never interested in cryptocurrency. I started learning more about it. Now I know blockchain. I know so many things that I was not even, you know, it was not something of my interest, but now it's something that is of interest to me. And I read more and more and more. I learn more about it. And then you find that my knowledge is expanding, all right? And you never know where your prosperity is, guys. You might be ignoring something that will bring wealth. There are people who ignored, what is this, Bitcoin before because we didn't know what it was. We didn't know anything about Bitcoin, but there's more. There's so much more happening beyond Bitcoin. We have to inform ourselves. You might learn, read something, and then stumble on something that will bring wealth to you. You don't know. You might read and find something that will make your dream come true, or whatever that you've been intending for your life. You might stumble on something that will give you wisdom to know how to acquire those things. So I was looking at an interview. There's this guy, he's a multimillionaire, and they were asking him, how did you get there? He says he reads, I don't know how many books in a year. He reads, he's somebody that reads, and he says that most of the knowledge, there's somebody also that said that most of the knowledge is hidden in books. And sometimes, yes, some of the knowledge that we need is hidden in books, and some people don't even read. So you don't know. You will never know how your wealth will come in. You might stumble into something while reading that will form a big idea, or that will bring something, bring an idea, and you find that this is what propels you forward. So read and inform yourself, invest in yourself. Reading information, you know, find information. Dr. John comes here every time, teaches us about finance. For me, after he spoke, I started making my own research, reading certain things, and then I'm getting wised up now. Now I know that, okay, should 5 million come, I know where I'm going to take it, right? Some people now, if you get 5 million, where are you going to take it? What are you going to do with it? Some people don't even know how they're going to grow that money. What are they going to invest in? They just want 5 million, but they don't know if they're going to maintain it. How are you going to grow it? Right? How are you going to invest it? What do you do with that kind of wealth? Right? So for me, I go and do my research. Now I'm like, oh, with this, I can do this and this and this and this and this. And because I'm preparing myself, it's not going to be a surprise. If 10 million comes in, I'm like, yes, I'm ready for you. Let's go. You know, it's not going to be something that's going to be, it feels more natural to me. Even saying 10 million, it doesn't scare me anymore, because it's something that I'm educating myself about money. It's not going to be something that's going to make me shake. No, I already know, okay, this and this and this and this is what I want to do, right? Because I'm setting up the environment for that wealth. When it comes, it's going to feel at home because I'm already prepared for it, right? So in terms of knowledge, in terms of seeking knowledge and finding things to do with it, I'm ready. Like, I'm so ready, right? The other thing is listening, right? For me also, I listen to what do you say, material that inspires me, right? A couple of years ago, I stumbled on Neville Goddard. He's one of the, you know, I listened to him. I listened to certain things that he says, and also Napoleon Hill. I listened to Abdullah. I listened to John Maxwell. I listened to these people that have a certain kind of wisdom that helps me to now, oh, this is how things work in life. Oh, this is how I'm supposed to be thinking. Wow, this is how things work. The secrets of the universe, how God created everything. Oh, there are laws of finances, there are laws of this. You have to start listening to material that inspires you. And sometimes I don't listen to this. I'll just have the word of God just playing in the background, just helping me grow. Right? I'll be listening to something. Some I don't wake up and listen to negativity. I wake up and listen to something inspiring. Sometimes I'll be listening to people talking about success or something beautiful that will inspire you, so that you're inspired the whole day. When I'm driving from where I am now to work, or I'm driving somewhere, what I'm listening to at that moment, it's something uplifting. It's something that's going to contribute to my life. It's something that talks about, I'll be listening to talks about prosperity. I'll be listening to talks about health, mental health, anything that is adding to my life, that will make me, you know, set that environment of prosperity continuously. That's what I'm listening to. That is what I'm listening to 24/7. I try, by all means, I will have, if I'm not having an audiobook or something, when I'm driving, I'm listening to something inspired. It's either affirmations, It's either scriptures, something that will add value to my life and support that vision for me, that say I have to agree with good and I have to agree with God. So everything about me has to correlate with that. So I listen to that. I listen to that kind of material. I wake up, sometimes I'll wake up down, you wake up and you just feel cranky, and I'm like, nah. Then I'll just, yeah. Then I'll just, pop in on YouTube, put something inspiring, something that will speak positive, something that will speak affirmations of positivity. Then I'll speak to myself too. I am this, I am that. I'll start making declarations in my life, and I'll say these words will not be void. They will not return to me void. As I make these declarations, there's a shift. And then after I do that, sometimes at that moment when I'm making these declarations, I'm not even believing it. There are moments where you're like, oh, I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it. But then eventually, right, you do that many times, you do it over and over again, you start believing what comes out of your mouth. You eventually start believing it and agreeing with it. And because now for me it's a habit, it's something that is just a part of my life. I can't stand anything negative, guys. Like I can't. I cannot stand. I don't even want to listen to news and doom and gloom. I'm like, no, I will know what's happening in the current with the world and the current world situation, but I'm not going to invest my energy in that. If I need to know something, I know it, but then my energy, 90% of my energy, I invest it in what I want. What I want is a healthy body, a healthy mind, healthy spirit. And I'm gonna cater to that one way or the other. Anything that I do, it's either it's helping me with my body, the food that I eat, whatever. I'm listening to something that will help me make better choices with my nutrition, or something that will sharpen my mind that I'm well, something that will help me with my spirit that I'm sharp. So that's what I surround myself with. So listen, choose what you listen to, and now form that habit of making sure that every day you do something, you pick something that will cater to your mind, to your spirit, and to your body, and to make improvements, right? And then the last one, no, also with reading, guys, the other thing that I wanted to mention is to writing down our vision. Write down your vision and review it. Write down your vision and review it. The word of God says that write your vision and make it plain. Every day I write something. I mean, even if it's something small, what I want to accomplish, right? I write what I want to accomplish and I revisit it. And because it's written down, I don't forget it. And I keep on remembering what I want, right? You start from smaller, you go to big. It depends on you. Make sure that you curate everything according to what rhymes with you, what is authentic to you. So for me, I will write. I have different books. Different books. One book is for small things that I want to achieve in a short period of time, or things that I want to see happening in a short period of time. And I write that. I was like, okay, fine. I want to make sure I finish learning. Maybe I have a script that I have to learn. I want to make sure I finish it during this time. So I always review it, or I have this. I check what I need to achieve, and I make sure that I review it so that I can achieve those things, right? And then there's another book here that writes my dreams. I write my dreams. I write down my desires, what I want, where I want to see myself, those dreams that I have. You write it down. Sometimes it's scary. I'm like, I want these dreams to scare me. All right. I write big dreams. Yes. I write big dreams. I'm like, this is what I want. And I revisit it. Sometimes I'm like, what did I write? I write it down. I'm like, this is what I want. And because I desired it, desire it, it means then it's there. It's there. It's possible. I remember, you know, when we talk about wealth, sometimes we don't understand the kind of wealth that is in this world, right? So I have this acquaintance, somebody who owns businesses here, and you happen to see into life and see how they live their lives and how they move around the world. Things for me that if somebody told me that somebody lives like that, you'd think, I mean, that's crazy. Why would somebody decide to just wake up one day and they say, craving, whatever. No, I'm gonna just take my charter, my private jet, and go there and eat it. I'm like, dude, how much is to charter a private jet to go and eat a dish that you like? Who does that? Who does that? But for them, it's normal. It's their normal. They'll feel like, you know what? Last time I was in Ibiza, I ate whatever. I wanna spend the weekend eating what I like. And they charter a whole private jet. When they tell you how much it is to charter a private jet, and somebody's chartering this private jet because they have a craving for something they ate there, For us, you're automatically thinking, waste, waste. No. Who spends 100,000 on a weekend or 200 or 400 just for a craving? But for them, it's a lifestyle, and that's how they build their life. They build their life to a point where, when they mention certain kinds of amount of money, you start getting uncomfortable. You start thinking, oh, but this is the wealth that these people are operating in. And by spending that time and seeing that, I thought to myself, these things are achievable. If people can live like this, and it's possible, that means all of these things are possible in this plane of existence. The fact that somebody has it, somebody lives it, not one person, not two people, not three people, it is there. So truly, there's no limit. It's our limit. The limits that we have is our mind. Our mind is the limiter. You see how we think will limit you. How you think will determine if you go further, if you achieve your big dreams, or if you don't. Because it all starts from thinking. It says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So that means that those claps, that something that is holding you back, the first thing you have to work with is your mind. I had to work with my mind. When I saw these people, I had to work with my mind. Those barriers that I put on my mind about what I think wealth is. I had to see wealth in action, to see how people live, really the wealthy live, for me to be able to understand the extent of wealth that is available and that is out there, that is achievable as well. Right? Because they achieved it somehow. And I sat with this person and I started interviewing him, and I asked him, it's like, what do you do? How did you get here? And they told me I had a dream. His dream was to make he saw printing. He's one of the biggest printers here in Germany and also around the world. He press different things. He prints different things. And he told me he had a dream. He saw how printing was done and he wanted to do something different. He wanted to improve it. And then he started doing, printing. He explained the whole process to me, and he went after it. And that was his dream. If I tell you that this guy is one person, he loves cars. He collects cars like it's nothing. He has like 10 Ferraris, 11 Maserati. You're like, dude, but that's his passion. That's how he wants to live, right? To me and you, it's ridiculous. It's like, why do you need all of that? I want wealth for something else. All of us want it for different reasons. But what I want to say is that you see how people live, and because they had a dream and they dared to dream it, and it did. Of course, they were intimidated, I'm sure, at one point, to want to dream that big. But they achieved it, and those people are flesh and blood like you and me. But the mindset was something else. Their mindset was, I want to bring a difference. I want to achieve this. It might be scary. It might be intimidating, but I will get there because my mindset is that success, right? So write your vision, make it plain, revisit it, curate it, check it. And sometimes it will scare you. You'll be thinking, am I ever going to do this? When those thoughts come, you're like, no, agree with God, agree with God. It's like nothing is beyond reach. Nothing is beyond. If I'm serving an unlimited God, why am I limited? God is unlimited. So why am I going to limit myself? All these things that I hear are for me to enjoy. They were put here on earth for you to enjoy. The abundance that is all here, the trees that produce trees, it's not decoration. The apples that are on the trees that are producing apples, those apples are not for decoration. It's for you and me to enjoy them. So I want you to look at life and the abundance that is in this world as apples, right? If we have apple trees, we have mango trees, they're not there for decoration. It's for us to be fulfilled. It's for us to enjoy them. It's for us to enjoy the different fruits that are here. So it's the same thing as wealth. It's the same thing as wealth. All the abundance of this world, everything that is here to serve us, is here for us. It's not for decoration, guys. And it's not for other people minus you. It's not for other people minus you. Everything that is here that God created in its fullness is that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. That fullness is for you, Sister Kanla. It's for Sister Irene that is talking at the back. It's for Sister Patience. The fullness thereof is also for you. But we start here. Start forming habits that will support that. So these 5 things that I'm mentioning right now will support that. Intentionally, every day, choosing, making habits that will move you towards that. So for me, it's like seeking out people also that have achieved that kind of wealth, and you see how they live and you ask them questions. I ask them, I choose who I want to surround my life with, or the information that I want to surround myself with. Because then those are the things that I want to surround myself with, because there's a destination that I want to get to. And so I'm building myself, I'm investing in myself, I'm investing in everything. Everything around my life it has to be prosperous. It has to be prosperity, right? The last thing that I'm going to mention is exercise. Like I said to Dr. Patience, is like we start with small things. Exercise means, taking steps to make sure that you improve on your health, because health is wealth. None of these things that I mentioned is going to make any sense if you're on a hospital bed and you're sick. And I'm very glad that Sister Irene is going to talk about health and us being aware, because health is wealth. So when we educate ourselves about health, exercise, investing in ourselves, you don't have to do long hours of exercise, guys. Walking, do something that agrees with your lifestyle, or something that will be manageable. For me, I love walking, I said. So I walk. If I can't walk, I climb stairs. If I can't climb stairs, then I do a high intensity exercise, because I get bored very easily. I can't, you see that exercise that takes an hour and you're repeating the same thing, is not me. That is not me at all. So I choose something that I know is going to be, it's not just a fad, it's a lifestyle. So something that I know, okay, fine, 5 days out of my week, I have to make sure that I walk. I'm climbing stairs, I'm exercising, I'm making good food choices. Eat healthy most of the time. I love cake. I will eat cake once in a while, but no sugar. Like I try to limit sugar, right? So exercise means you watch what you eat, you watch, invest in yourself, your body, because your body will be able to carry you through the wealth, through everything, for you to enjoy all these beautiful things. Invest in your body. Exercise, any form of whatever, well-being that you can bring into yourself, invest in that. Make better food choices, just move your body, do something that will help you to maintain your health. So those were the 5 habits that we can start with. It's a challenge for me. Let's all agree that we're doing these habits from tomorrow for 30 days. All of us in the morning, we're praying, we're meditating, we are reading every day something positive. We're listening to uplifting material every day in our cars, in our homes. And we are exercising, making good food choices. And what else are we doing? We are writing our vision, making it plain. We are reviewing our vision. We are reminding each other every day, this is what I want. We speak to our dreams. We speak after we write the vision and read it. We speak that nothing's going to come out void. We speak to it. We invest the words of God. It's like it's manifesting. All these beautiful things are manifesting, right? And they're coming into pass, right? Because our words are powerful. So those are the 5 habits. We are going to hold each other accountable. Me, I'm holding Sister Conlance and Sister Patience and Sister Irene. We are starting tomorrow. There's no. We are starting tomorrow. We are doing these things. Yeah. So all of us are doing it for 30 days, guys. Like really, for 30 days, commit to that for 30 days, doing these 5 habits that are going to move you forward. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. In case somebody didn't tell you they love you, I love you so much. Thank you.
Oh my God, I am
ready,
laughing out loud. You have just awoken something in Queen Dr. Pat. All right, Dr. Pat, thank you, sis. That was beautifully said. Let me just allow Dr. Pat to take it over, please.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And you touched about a lot of things, and I'll talk about knowledge, preparation, and declaration into manifestation, right? There's a lot. So, all of us start 1st of January, we have all this New Year resolution. By day 1, we are good. By day 2, it's a her. By day 3, like if I get to day 4, we are done, right? Because we are making it daunting, as you said. Oh, 10,000 steps a day is when they say you are active. And day 1, you have the 10,000 steps. Day 2, you're struggling with 2,000. And instead of saying that, okay, I did 2,000 today, tomorrow, let me not give up. By day 3, I'm like, done. I'm like, I can't do this. Because I don't like to fail, right? But thank you, my sister. Find what you enjoy. It could be dancing to gospel music. And then you are doing two of the challenge at once. You're exercising and you're meditating with gospel music. So, hey, I have to really challenge myself. When you talk about knowledge, I think we've said it so many times on this platform. My people die because of lack of knowledge. The old books said it. Guys, our wilderness days are over. If only we intentionally put ourselves in a position to cross our Jordan to our promised land. My sister have said it, right? And I don't know why anybody remember this guy, Abraham Shakespeare. He won the lottery in 2006, 30 million, and they gave him 17 million cash. Because very generous guy, very free, trust everybody, trust strangers. But because he did not learn his financial, I had to have the preparation part that my sister said he wasn't prepared for this millions, right? He trusted somebody that came to him in the disguise that I'm going to manage your estate for you. And the person eventually killed him. I think that story, everybody knows that story. It was 2016. And it was a whole really plan, take over his asset, kill him, but was pretending for his, sending text from his phone, paying people to leave voice to the family like he was still alive, but he was buried under concrete. Let's not let knowledge. And there's another saying that, oh, sorry, my people, my Black people, they say if you want to take wealth away from us, put it in a book. You know, this is the funniest thing. We're so educated. I don't know, everybody has ever, I did Black History Month twice at my job, or more than twice. And let me tell you, most of the invention in this world are by us. By us. Most of the invention, I'm telling you, I was shocked. Taking somebody, if anybody has watched, is it Figures? That movie? Those black ladies.
Hidden Figures.
Those are things that took the plane to orbit. But for some reason, we tell no one to read, including me. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm one of them. If you give me more than 2 paragraphs, you've lost me. I want a sentence. I read the first sentence, I'm done. I easily get bored. But maybe that's what we just miss that goal. Speak your declaration, believe, and you will manifest. I'm taking that, sister. I'm running with that. I'm running with that. That is my word. That word is for me. Right? If we believe that we are joint heir of the person that owns everything in the world, why are we living in lack? Why? We should not live in lack. Our Father has all these things. He said, if us kind of people can give it to our children, what about me?
Yes.
Why are we living in lack? There's nothing wrong for Christians to live in abundance. Nothing wrong. Because all belongs to us. But our limitation.
Yes.
Our mind, not putting the effort. He said, put the effort. But what he's going to do is going to bless it. If we don't put any effort, we're not going to get it. It doesn't matter what type of prayers we pray, right? But if we put a little effort and say, Father, bless this dream to come true, and you put that effort, he is going to accelerate it. He's going to bring you that divine helpers, the divine connection, but you have to put that effort. Thank you. My word is knowledge is power. Meditate on it, believe with faith, and it will manifest. Thank you, my sister. You said a lot, and I said, let me just comment because you're speaking to me. I hope I will not fail that challenge. I'm one that doesn't like to face something. I have to pray tonight that Lord send your spirit to be with me. And maybe for me, I'll start by just dancing. I like to dance. Hey, Queen Debbie, Queen Benny too is a dancer. But maybe I'll dance with the gospel music. Maybe I'll dance with praise and worship. Maybe I will dance with that so that in a way I am meditating as well, because some gospel songs really meditate with you, because a lot of them, those songs come from the scripture. Maybe I will start doing that. I'm praying that I will be able to live up to that challenge. It is a challenge. I easily get bored. I don't like repetition. I'm not a goldfish that can go around a pool.
We have 30 days. We have 30 days. We have to push through.
Amen.
We have to push through.
Because even when I
so
go
we
out
have
my
30
walk,
days.
I go out a different route. I come back in a different route. I cannot come back the same route. I get bored.
Yeah.
I need to find a way to go out and a different way to come back in. I'm not a goldfish. So now I'm going to pray tonight. You've called me out. over to you, Queen Kanda. Let me stop. She has put me to shame and I had to fail. So God
Okay.
has to help me. Thank you.
Well, I thank you so much, Queen Dr. Pat. I think that challenge is for all of us. And for this webinar, we are 17, but also our family that is on YouTube and those that are going to watch this mindset. I want to encourage us that let us take that challenge. And by Sunday next week, we are going to spend at least 10 or 15 minutes of time and get the feedback for those that made it for this week. Remember, we have 30 days. I think that is going to be a way that we will hold ourselves accountable. Let's find out. Okay, next webinar, 10 minutes. All of us come. What was your challenge? What did you do? Was it the learning? Was it the reading? Was it listening? Did you write your big dreams down? And did you read them? Did you apply that? Whatever it is that you've tried to do in incremental steps, come back and then we go from there. And then the second week, we do the same thing. And the third week, we do the same thing until we are able to see within those 30 days, collectively, as well as individually, what our progress has been. So, Sister Lerato, oh my gosh, you just brought that excitement. You just brought that reinforcement right now. I am so looking to it. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect. Please don't assume that I'm good. So that is the way I believe we are going to hold each other's hand and become accountable to this challenge. So do we all agree? You can raise your hand or put it in the chat. Yes, should we do it that way? 10, 15 minutes every week? Yes, then we know that that is going to be part of what we will do consistently for the rest of the next 30 days. And then we see that we are actually implementing what we are learning in our mindset. So let's see, Dr. Benny, if there is anything in the chat, I want to know if we all agree, or is it a unanimous yes?
Nothing on the chat.
It's unanimous. We have our hands up.
Okay, all right, then that is so beautifully, agreed. Thank you all, And for my own contribution, Sister Lerato, as you were speaking, I was just thinking of Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. You talked about writing down your dreams. Think about your dreams. There is a quote that comes out of that book where it says, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Right? And then it simply tells us that there are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. And Sister Pat also summed it up beautifully. It is our limitations. We are our own limitations to what our minds can do. And if we have that mindset, then we can do anything. We can do anything and successfully and achieve it. So thank you. All right. Without much further ado, I don't know if any other leader wants to say anything, or we just go ahead and introduce our leader, our presenter for this afternoon. Queen Dr. Benny, is there any comment, anything in the chat with regards to the mindset?
Yeah, it's just Queen Dr. Nadu who says thank you. That she will share hers next week on reading to the link to help us all. She says it's okay. She says thank you.
Beautiful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. All right. It is going to be my great honor to now go ahead and introduce our guest speaker for today. Of course, yeah. Are you excited? Can you believe we are already on series part 7? 7, talking about wellness, taking care of ourselves. Oh my gosh. 7, 6.
So if for any reason you missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you are joining us today when we are already on part 7, Know Your Body and Cancer part 7. Please, I'm begging you, don't be discouraged. Just go back to any of the YouTubes from Dr. Pat, King, Dr. Derek, myself, YouTube, our First Lady, Dr. Benny. I mean, all of the other team leaders that have their YouTubes. You will find these 6 series in them and watch. And talking of our mindset, what a nice way it will be for you to come back and say, oh, yes, I did went back and look at some of them. By so doing, what are you doing? You have implemented learning, and by so doing, you may find something that you are going to write down as well. So, and then you get all caught up. And so by the time we get to the next series, you will be all in and understand. So Queen, we want to appreciate your skills. We want to appreciate your expertise, and we want to appreciate your leadership. Thank you for gracing us, the Dream Team, with this knowledge. And I want to pass it over to you now. Over to you, Queen. Irene.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It's afternoon where I am, but I know some people are in the morning, some are in the evening. And so it's good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you are in. Oh my God, Queen Lerato, I don't have anything to say but to say that I am challenged and I'm ready. I'm ready to take up on it. I'm gonna need some of us, our supports. So maybe within the week, we need to touch base to see how we're doing. Because yeah, like Dr. Patience said, I am just not one of those that reads. I only read things that concern my job. Things that concern health. But I need to, you need to broaden your knowledge, know something about finance, know something about current events, what is going on in the world, psych and all that. And I'm not very good at that. I'm just a typical Black person. But I'm gonna work hard with this challenge. All right. So I know the last time I did a presentation, I don't remember when that was. A lot of people requested that I should do the viral associated cancers. And so that is what I'm gonna attempt to do this afternoon. I can tell you that it is quite a broad topic, and it was very challenging to summarize it in a way that we can all understand it. But I will try. Okay. And always having challenges. So I got up this morning and I wanted to look at my slides, and then it was telling me that my
Sister, can you just give me 1 minute before I start? Sister Lerato, please drop the 4 point on the chat that everybody can 5 point. Everybody can grab it.
That's what I was gonna do, sis.
Thank you.
Chat here or chat in our group.
No, yeah, so that all the 17 people that have agreed that they will come and they're on our leader chat to place. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sister I.
All right. Please, since I can't tell what you guys are seeing, let me know. Are you
seeing your desktop if you want to pick the file that you want to work on? Try to remove the Zoom. Maybe Zoom is blocking something.
Okay.
Because we can see your different files. Maybe Zoom is blocking something. Which one are you working on second? Is that the one?
Yeah. Okay. Did you see that one?
So the title is Viral Associated Cancer.
Yes.
Okay, double click on it and open it then. Oh. We can see that you were on it. Something is blocking your view. That's why you cannot see it.
All right, let me start all over.
Okay, just stop sharing, try to share again. Something is blocking your view. We can see it. We can see the file, but you have not opened it. Yeah, you are there now.
All right. So now I double click on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it open?
Not yet.
It's open on my end.
Maybe just stop sharing, open it, and then share again.
All right. Let me go back to Zoom. Stop share.
Open the file, then share, and then click on the file on the desk on this thing, and it will come up. First, open the file before you go to share, and then you bring it up.
Okay. How is that?
Yeah. Now we see the slide including the presenter, so you can make it now.
Perfect. Just
full-size.
increase it, please.
Okay, now let me do this.
Switch. Yeah, just
There you
switch
go.
now.
That one. No. That one. Yes, please.
Good.
All
Good
right.
job.
Okay. So just before we go on, I just want to remind us again. So the topic says know your body and cancer. And I just want to remind ourselves that baseline is very important. Your baseline is very important. You need to know how you feel. You need to know your routine, how your body feels all the time, how your skin looks like, how you feel when you eat, how you feel when you're hungry, how often you go to the bathroom, maybe how much you weigh, your blood pressure, and all of those things. You need to know where your baseline is, where you would think that, yeah, this is my normal activity, this is my normal, this is my baseline. When you know those things, you can quickly catch when something is not right. So that is knowing your body. I also said that, when you go even to the bathroom, when you use the bathroom, don't be scared to look in the toilet to see how whatever that is in there looks like. Those things, they help a lot, even as nasty as they may sound. So yeah, I know that I had a request to do the viral associated cancers. It is quite a broad topic because there are many viruses that today scientists are finding out that they are associated with cancer. I was not going to do all of them because they're quite a lot. And even the few of the viruses that I will talk about today, they also cause a lot of cancers. So we're just going to summarize it, and you just know what the virus is and the type of cancers that can be associated with that virus. And then if we think that there are some of those cancers that are more important than others, that we can talk more detailedly about them in the future, then we'll do that. So when we talk about virus-associated cancers, it is because, as we all know, Mr. Ekwede,
Yeah, say okay.
Chef, I'm doing a presentation. Sorry, people. My husband walks down and just talking. All right. So viruses, as we know, are little particles or organisms that exist, and they cannot reproduce outside of the body, outside of a human body. So what they do is when they will get in our bodies, and they will actually implant themselves in the cells of our bodies, and that is how they can multiply. So they will make up a small number of genes in the body, and they can form DNA or RNA surrounded by proteins, coating. So a virus must enter a living cell and take over the cell's machinery. So it takes over the activities of any cell that it gets into in order to reproduce and make more viruses. So if they are not in a cell, they can't reproduce. If they are outside, they can't reproduce. That's why most of them really do not live long outside. Like the most common, like with the HIV that we know, HIV, if somebody leaves it on a table or whatever, before you know, the cell, that will be dead. But in the body, they survive for life. And so when they now implant themselves in a cell, they can alter the DNA or the RNA of that cell. We're not going to go into too much details on explaining what DNA or RNAs are. And so they will push these cells now to become cancers because now the cells will be growing in a different direction. Okay, so just a quick reminder. So what is cancer? As we all know, cancer is when cells grow out of control, when cells grow very fast and abnormally. So they will not look like the original cells of your body. They grow very fast and they look very abnormal. These cells can form tumors or spread in the body. So they can form tumors, so you see huge tumors in the body, or they can be even like in your blood, or they can just form cells that are all over your body. If you've heard of ovarian cancer, hardly do you really see ovarian cancers form huge tumors. If you actually open up a lady that has ovarian cancer, the cancer in the abdominal cavity looks like you took whipped cream and kind of like just splash it on the bowels, the omentum and all that. So even though when you do CT scans, you will see some tumors, but usually a lot of it is just smushed all over. And so we have, like I said, science has found out that cancers are caused by viruses, but there are some of them that we just really don't know what the cause is. And then what are viruses? Like I explained, they are small, tiny germs that they will enter a cell and then use those cells to grow. And most of these viruses, most of these viruses cause cancer, but not all viruses can cause cancer. A few of them can actually damage cells over time. So what does virus-associated cancer mean then? So like we said, some of these viruses, they will change the cell, how it grows, they will destroy its DNA, they will destroy the RNA, they will break things in the cell. And so this cell, if you understand what the cell cycle is, in a cell cycle is one cell will divide into two cells that look identical like the mother cell. So you will have a mother cell that will divide into two, and the two will look exactly the same, have the same number of DNAs, RNAs, mitochondria, everything that it was in the original cell. And so that's how those two cells now will also multiply to form four cells that will all look like the mother cell. In cancer, when a virus now gets into a cell and causes some damage in their DNA or RNA or whatever, these cells, they do multiply, but they look nothing like the original cell. And so they just grow wild, haphazardly. They form their own network, blood network, and they will, just suck up all the nutrients that you eat. They'll suck up all of that to build and multiply more cells and feed those cells. So that's why half the time, all the times when you see somebody who has cancer, they are very cachectic and, emaciated because whatever that they eat, these abnormal cells just suck it up. And so that person has nothing. The body is starving even when they do eat. And science has shown that about 15% of cancers worldwide are linked to viruses. So I'm gonna talk about probably about 5 viruses. And these 5 viruses that I'm going to talk about are the ones that we commonly know. There are some that are very rare, and I don't want to just, have to talk too much about things that we probably won't remember. But the things that we do know, the viruses that we do know, that we hear a lot about them, those are the ones that I'm going to talk about today. And also the way I have them listed, so number 1, which I have here as the HPV virus, is also the top number 1 that produces a lot of different cancers. So going down the list will be like decreasing from the top down. So type 1 that we're going to talk about is a human papilloma virus. Is commonly known as the HPV. There are hundreds of species of HPV. A lot of those species really do not cause disease or cause cancer. Just a few of them do. But there are a lot of them, and a lot of us live with these viruses on us. And depending on how long they live in your body and how strong your immunity is and how invasive this HPV is in your body, they can actually cause cancer. But most often, you will have HPV and it will go away on its own without you even noticing that you have it. So what are the cancers that are associated with HPV? So cervical cancer, 100%. Well, I would take that maybe 99%. But most often than not, when you have a patient that has cervical cancer, the most probable cause, 99% of the time, is HPV. And then we have some types of throat cancers, anal cancers, genital cancers. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube because I would have listed the different types of the genital cancers that they have here, but I'm going to keep it modest. And then some types of mouth and throat cancers are caused by HPV. And prevention of these cancers is available today, the HPV vaccine. And the HPV vaccine only covers a couple of, probably I think about 11 species of the HPV, but those 11 are the ones that actually cause disease or can, lead to cancer. And the best time to give the HPV vaccine is for our young ones that are still not sexually active. Once they already are sexually active, there's a probability that it might not be useful because they probably already have the HPV in them. And we're giving it now to both boys and girls, not only girls like when they first started. And one of the ways to also prevent having any cancer related to HPV is just safe moral practices. I'm sure we understand that. All right, type 2 virus. So number 2 and 3 are hepatitis B and hepatitis C. So hepatitis B is 2 and hepatitis C is 3. These viruses affect the liver only. Hepatitis. And so long-term infection with hepatitis can damage the liver. So there are a lot of people that today they live with hepatitis B or hepatitis C. And depending on, like I said, how robust your immunity is, you probably can live with it and getting treatment or whatever, and it will not advance to cancer. But unfortunately, some people don't have it, even with treatment. Long term, they will end up having cancer from these viruses. So hepatitis B vaccine, so how do you prevent hepatitis? So hepatitis B has a vaccine that will prevent infection. Unfortunately, hepatitis C does not. And treatment can be curative for hepatitis C. And that's only if it was diagnosed early. So, and it is the same rule with any other disease that you have. If it's diagnosed early, it can be treated completely and you're cured. But if you wait for too long and the body is overwhelmed with the disease, most likely than none, that disease cannot be treated. Take, for example, just a common malaria that we have in sub-Saharan Africa. If somebody is quickly diagnosed with malaria, I mean, you start the treatment is effective. If that person waits at home because they don't have money to go to the hospital or the hospital is not close by and their body is overwhelmed by the disease before they show up in the hospital, most likely these people can die from a very treatable disease. So it's the same thing with the hepatitis or any other virus. Once they diagnose it early, it can be treated and completely treated. The one thing that I forgot to say about HPV is that the unfortunate thing is that once you have this HPV and it's advanced, the probability of really treating it and going away is very rare. And most people actually die from some of the cancers that are caused by HPV, especially the ones like in the anal and like the anal cancer and those of the genitals. So we're gonna go to type number 4 is the Epstein-Barr virus, as we all know it as EBV. EBV, I can tell you that almost all of us, or all of us that are here, probably have EBV in us. EBV is a very common virus. It lives in humans. A lot of us, or all of us, do have some type of EBV. And it is one of those viruses that causes what we call mono. And it is linked to some cancers. And the cancer risk with EBV, as with many other cancers, is when your immunity is low. So if you have a weak immunity, maybe from having something like HIV or having some autoimmune diseases or transplants or just being sick, having a chronic illness that has run down your immunity, it will just, this EBV, because it lives in us and our immunity keeps it quiet. But when your immunity is compromised, it will just wake up and start doing things and can cause cancer anywhere. So that's it for EBV. And then we have type 5. Type 5 here is a KSHV virus. I added HIV here just because most people that will have cancers that are caused by KSHV are mostly people living with HIV. And so I'll quickly say that HIV itself, that virus itself, really does not cause cancer. But the fact that it weakens your immune system, it now puts you at an increased risk of developing cancer. So just having HIV, because HIV targets your T cells, so having HIV weakens your immunity. That virus, bacteria, or just other illnesses in you can just take over your body because you do not have that energy. You don't have the boost. You don't have the defense mechanism. You don't have the soldiers in you, the T cells, to fight these diseases. So HIV patients, therefore, are at a higher risk of certain or many cancers. A common example of these viruses that will flare up in people living with HIV is what we call the KSHV. It is Kaposi sarcoma associated herpes virus. So herpes virus, I'm sure a lot of you probably heard about herpes, but herpes virus is also one that has many other species, and this is just one of them. KSHV is just one of the herpes viruses species that exist. So this virus is associated with 3 main types of cancer, mostly in people living with HIV. If your immunity is not compromised, KSHV actually will not really cause anything in you. Since we're talking about KSHV, it is rather unfortunate that it is endemic in sub-Saharan Africa and some Mediterranean areas. And so not only just HIV patients that will have these cancers, and older people, especially older men from the Mediterranean and sub-Saharan Africa, they will get some of these diseases, the Kaposi sarcoma, multicentric Castleman's disease, and some types of lymphoma, just because they live in the areas that KSHV is endemic. And when they're getting older, their T cells are tired of working, and so it's compromised, and they will also get cancers from this. So it is just not people that have HIV. It is very common in people that have HIV, young, old, whatever, but older people, older populations in this area, sub-Saharan Africa and some Mediterranean areas, will also have are also at higher risk of developing these cancers, the Kaposi sarcoma, multicentric Castleman's disease, and some types of lymphomas that are associated with KSHV, just because they're getting older and their immunity is compromised. So people living with HIV are also at an increased risk of developing other types of cancers, mostly just because their immunity is compromised. So most HIV or people living with HIV are at risk of having cervical cancer, anal cancer, Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin lymphomas, lung cancer, cancers of the mouth and throat, some types of skin cancer, and liver cancers. Trust me, if you walk in the hospital, you will see this more commonly. On the outside, I mean, you really don't know that this is happening, but yes, if you have family members, you have someone that has HIV, please. The best advice for them is take your HIV medicines, because when you're taking your HIV medicines, your T cells stay high, your immune system remains robust, and can prevent you from having any of these cancers. So how do we prevent viral associated cancers? Just to get the recommended vaccines, like we talked about the HPV vaccine, hepatitis vaccine, it's good to take those recommended vaccines. Go to your doctor regularly for health checkups. Get cancer screenings. There are a lot of cancer screenings today. So those cancers that are listed, like the cervical cancer, they do pap smears for women now. They can catch this early when they're still very small, and they can just zap them and you're fine. But when you wait until it overwhelms the body, then it is difficult to treat. And doing pap smears is a yearly thing. So it's just good to do those screenings. Treat viral infections early. So if you have hepatitis, if you have any of those viruses, herpes or whatever, it is good to take antivirals to treat those infections early before they overwhelm the body, before they mess up your cells and make them unable to divide appropriately. And then make healthy choices, eat healthy. I'll be telling people when they say that, oh, minority, they die from this cancer or whatnot, it is because they don't take care of themselves, they don't do healthy choices. And so when they get these cancers, the body has nothing, the body has no strength, the body doesn't have the juice to withstand it, because the body is already overwhelmed by other things that you're doing not to give it strength. If you're not eating healthy, if you're not exercising, like we heard this morning, if you're not doing things that will keep your body strong, when you now get these diseases, they just overwhelm you because you are already on the lower side. But if you live and if you make healthy choices, you eat healthy, you exercise, you do your wellness checks, you don't have comorbidities. When you contract any of these viruses, they're not just going to turn into cancers. And even if you have the cancer, your body is ready to, fight back in addition to the medications that they will be giving you. So, but if you're on the lower side of health, having hypertension, diabetes, and other things, and then this adds to it, the body is done. It can't fight. So before I will just talk about the key takeaways from this conversation this afternoon, I wanted to just point out two more viruses that also cause cancers that I really did not talk about here, but they pretty much cause a lot of cancers. So we have what is called the human T-cell lymphotropic virus. It's HTLV-1. You probably have heard that in the hospital, maybe not. That one causes a lot of different cancers too. And then there's Merkel cell polyoma virus that causes Merkel cell cancer. Merkel cell cancer is more in the skin and is very resistant to treatment. Actually, there's not much known about this cancer outside of research. So a lot of people, when they have it, it's difficult to treat. I also just had a table, I just didn't put it here, but like I said, I talked about those cancers in the number, starting from the top to the bottom, depending on how much of cancers they cause. So like the HPV, so I have a table here that is showing, it's quite an older table, but a lot has not really changed. So this is 2021 statistics. We're in 2026, 5 years, but anyway. So HPV in 2021 caused about 636,000 cancers, and 570,000 was in females and about 66,000 in males. And then the hepatitis B, like 420,000, 120 was in women and 300,000 in men. Hepatitis C cost about 165,000, 55,000 was women, 110,000 men. The EBV virus cost about 120,000 cancers in 2021. 41,000 was women and 80,000 men. The KSHV virus, Kaposi sarcoma, herpes virus, cost about 43,000 cancers, 15,000 was women and 29,000 men. And then the HTLV-1 that I just talked about cost about 2,900 cancers, 2,900, 1,200 was women and 1,700 men. If you listen to these statistics, you will see that men are more having these cancers, you'll be wondering why are men more, having more of these cancers? It's just because our men really don't care much about their bodies. They don't do a lot. They don't go for checkups. The time you see a man going to the hospital to see a doctor is when they are already having pain. And sometimes by that time, their body is overwhelmed. So that's why you see that they have a higher number of infections here from viruses. And I think I'm going to leave this table alone because you guys cannot see it. So the takeaway here is that some viruses can increase cancer risk. Not everyone with a virus will get cancer, but some will get depending on how robust your immune system is. So if you have a weakened immune system, if you have a compromised immune system for one reason or another, when you get this virus in your body, you are at an increased risk of having it getting to cancer. Many virus-associated cancer are preventable. Knowledge and prevention saves life. So the knowledge is knowing about these viruses, knowing your body, knowing how things change, knowing some of the signs and symptoms, which we really did not do any today because each of these the signs and symptoms will depend on which organ that has the cancer. So, but knowing those things helps prevent and save life. And so that is the end. And I'm going to stop sharing because and then I will see if we have any questions, we can talk. All right.
Yes. Let me give a huge round of applause on behalf of every member here and on the YouTube. Oh my goodness. Queen Sister Irene, this was an eye-opener presentation again once more. I have learned something. Oh my gosh. Sister Pat, her hand is already up again. So you know what? Why I am still recollecting myself, my thoughts, I'll pass it on to Sister Pat to begin. Over to you, Sister Pat.
I don't know. I'm not even recollecting today. I'm just on fire. The presenters are hitting me hard today. Oh my goodness. Sister I, God bless you. You took a long break. I'm glad you're back. They say knowledge is power. Knowledge is really power. You know, some of us are anti-vax, I guess. I'm not. I don't know what to say. But anyway, knowing your body, as the topic says, and cancer is very important. If you follow the series, she's talked about even looking at our poop. She said that before, different things. And I have a sister, because she knew her body. He actually, praise the Lord, we're just hoping to save her life. Because let me tell you, medicine is not exact science. And sometimes you might just feel that something is not quite right. Like, this is not my body. They don't even know what to describe what's happening with you. And the doctors will just say, okay, drink. No, anyway, let me not exaggerate. I'm just implying, go rest, take a rest, sleep well, eat well. And this, my sister keep insisting, saying, no, something is not right with me. And especially when you don't have family risk, they will ask you, do you have family risk of everything? You know, and sometimes also sub-Saharan Africa, we don't even know family risk. We don't know what happened to our ancestors. So, of course, we're based on what we know, right? We say, no, there's no risk. But she keep pushing, said, no, something is wrong. Eventually, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And praise the Lord, she's taking treatment, and she's on what they call maintenance therapy, and we just hope that she will recover fully. Why am I sharing this story or this case? Is that what Sister Irene is presenting here? Please, let's not take it for granted. It's not to scare anybody. Please, don't be scared. It's not to make us be frightened, live in fear and frenzy. No, that's not the purpose here. The purpose is just for us to be educated ourselves and know our body. We know typically viruses don't have any kind of cure, right? Rinkomoko, all these things. Now there are cases that they say COVID lungs. None of us knew that, but people got COVID, got well, and they've never been the same. Now they're diagnosing what they're calling COVID lungs. But if you don't insist that this is not me, this is not my body. And there's one case, I don't remember the guy's name, that he was actually taken to a psychiatrist home because they thought something was wrong with him. Because he kept telling them that this is not my body. So they thought he was going cuckoo, right? Because he was insisting, this is not my body, this is not my body, this is not my body, this is not my body. And I think at one time when he went to the emergency room, he removed his ID, said, look at me now. I'm telling people that this is not me, this is not my body. And then they look at the ID and look at him. They were two different people. So please be your own advocate.
Yes.
Don't just go to the doctor. If you think that something is not right, be persistent about it. The topic, the way Sister Irene have called it, know your body and cancer, it was done intentionally. But what will happen to A might be different from what would be for you. My father just came from the hospital and he was so asymptomatic. It means he did not have any symptoms. We just went for a regular checkup and they were like, everybody was running skater. They had to go to the ER now, bringing ambulance and all. What's happened? My father was like, what's wrong? I can walk and so on. It was asymptomatic. So for his own case, it was just perfect timing, right? So all that are asymptomatic, we pray that will stay that way. Please do your annual checkup. Please do your annual checkup. If you're of age in the US, especially women, do your mammogram. Men, do your DRE or whatever you have to do for your prostate. Please do your annual checkup. Do your colonoscopy.
PSA, please.
Do your colonoscopy, everybody. No, if your family has risk, go and tell the doctors, have family risk, they'll start checking you early, because they have, and if your family have any risk, breast cancer, for example, maybe they'll be, because some of these tests are expensive, the doctors and insurance company will not pay. But if you have risk, maybe they'll do your BRCA test. Please take this topic, not to scare you, but to be your own advocate. My sister Lerato shared about private jet. If I put my vision down and I start making that money, but I'm the hospital bed, I cannot fly to another country to eat my favorite meal. So health is wealth. Let's know our body. Let's be our own advocate. If you feel that something is wrong, the doctors say we cannot see anything. Sometimes don't be worried if they label you a freak. Please tell them that this is my body. I've had this body for X number of years. For some of us, over 50 years, we've had the body. We know that something is not working right. And we know that some of it comes with age, yes, but don't just take it as age. No, please. I will arrest my case. I want to shut up. I don't want to talk a lot today, but the two presenters today, oh my goodness. My sisters, where have people kept this? You brought your A game today. We really appreciate you both. Thank you.
To add to what Dr. Patience just said. So when we say know your body, so don't just go to the doctor and say, oh, I know something is not right. If you knew your body, like she said about the ovarian cancer, unfortunately, the early signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer are very vague. Okay, they are very vague. But you need to say things that will trigger the doctor's mind too. So I'm having abdominal discomfort. I am tired. I have nausea. Say something. So if you know that when I eat my food, sometimes I eat a large meal and I'm fine, but now I eat a large meal, or before I even finish eating or going halfway, I feel, I'm full. I get sick when I eat. I get tired. I get restless when I go to bed. I get abdominal discomfort, like I'm gassy or something. You need to say some things that will, trigger something. So for ovarian cancer, you'll get this discomfort, you get abdominal discomforts. Don't just think that, oh, I'm getting older, maybe it's menopause or this. No, write those things down. I get nausea, I'm weak. I get pain that radiates to my waist, and then it goes away, because these things will come on and off. But you know your body, when you get that pain, please note it. 2 weeks ago, I had this, because something like that will come up and then it will go away and it'll be quiet, and then it will be maybe a month or two before it comes back. But if something happens and you don't know it, look, write it somewhere. If that comes again, so when you go to the doctor, tell them, 2 weeks ago, I had this, and then it was gone, and then it came back again. I'm having this discomfort. I just feel like something is not right in my belly. Like I need to go to the bathroom, but I don't go. Say something that will trigger the doctor, because they are not gods too, especially for vague things like that. Also, when you go to the doctor, so the one thing with us is that we don't ask questions, because we don't read. We don't know our bodies. We don't know anything. So we don't ask. The doctor says, oh, you're fine. Okay, doctor. We're happy that the doctor says you're fine. But if you know your body, like she said, and say, no, I look okay, but these are the things that I'm having. I'm thinking that there are early signs of something. Let the doctor know that you know. There is still the intrinsic bias, like we talk about all the time. And so the minority, which is us, they don't pay much attention to us. But when you insist, don't be rude. Make the doctor knows that you know. Insist, sit down and reason the doctor. Doctor, I'm saying this because I know how I feel when I'm in the best state of my health, but things have not been going well. I would like for us to do more checks. Don't just get angry and say something that is going to make them unhappy, or is going to make them scared that, oh, now you're going to sue them or something. Talk with them, have a good conversation with your doctors. Make your healthcare team your friends. Have conversations with them. A couple of weeks ago, my feet were swollen, and when I squeeze, I get a dimple or whatever, and then it went away, but it came back again. A couple of weeks ago, I go to the bathroom. It takes a while for me to initiate urination, and then I pee, and then it goes away. Oh, now I don't have a strong stream of urination. Say something that will make that. But if you don't know your body, you probably would not take note of those things. Let them know, oh, I saw a little tinge of blood on my stool 2 weeks ago, and then anyway, this time it's a little more brighter. Or I used to have real round form stools. Now they are more slanting or flat. But if you have not been looking, if you just go to the bathroom, it's like you're going to go throw trash and come back and you don't look, you will not take note of that. Please, I'm telling you, for some reason, there's a lot of illness out there. People are really sick. And I don't think that we've been able to figure out why. I think that has something to do with either what we eat, the things that they put in the food, our pots that we use to cook in. There are a lot of things that we need to work on. And then the exercise, the air that we breathe. Way back, our ancestors didn't have a lot of automobiles like we do today. There's a lot going on. We need to be more alert and pay more attention. Make healthy choices. I can go on and on and on this. But know your body. Know your body. So when there's a little change, you will know what changed. I lost weight unintentionally. Or I gained weight unintentionally. I haven't changed the way I eat, but I am gaining weight. So you need to know things like that. All right, I see your hand.
Yeah, before
All right.
Brother Joseph come, let me just Sister you've said it well. But if we don't even get the knowledge, that's why this knowledge is important, right? Now, when I go, as you said, I'll be able to say things that will trigger them to do a certain test. So what Sister Irene said, that the knowledge we're saying, the terminology that you use, and saying that the difference that you're saying really helps. So please take this education to help yourself and be your own advocate.
Yeah.
Right? If I go and I say, no, I need some cardiac tests, I tell them chest pain. They'll run all the cardiac marker, and the first start with the easy one, right? They do the ECG, if they see a normal, then they might say, okay, we need the echo. You start seeing the things start going until they say, okay, everything's okay. But if you don't even know, just I'm just feeling carrying my chest. If you don't know how to express yourself, because it's not exact science, the doctors have to know. If they say, how often, the chest pain has been there for 3 weeks. Come on, you're not having a heart attack with chest pain for 3 weeks. Maybe most.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to explain yourself, that's how I just want to. This knowledge is power.
Yes.
Right.
So I'll leave Brother Joseph cover to Queen Canla to control it here.
Yes, I just wanted to say that since we are already having this conversation, let us formally get into the Q&A, and so I can hand it over to our Queen First Lady, Dr. Benny, to continue with us leading this section. So over to you, Queen Dr. Benny.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to allow, but before I proceed, I just want to take this moment to thank each and everyone coming here, but most importantly, thanking our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us today. There is no one like our Heavenly Father because He created all of us in His image. Thank you all for this presentation and the mindset. King Brother Joseph, could you please proceed? Unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Benin. I don't actually have a question. So if there are people with questions, please let them come first.
Please, does anyone have any question regarding the mindset as well as our amazing presentation today regarding cancer, your body and the cancer? Please, if you have any question, you can either raise your hands or you can write your questions on the chat. Thank you so much. Brother Joseph, you could please proceed while waiting for the rest, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sister Irene, thank you so much for this very important topic that you brought up, and which you have actually taken from the beginning up to where you are now. Have I said you have finished? No. I have provoked you to go do a lot of, and I'm happy that you have brought out what we were looking for. The main purpose for me telling you to go into the deep finding is because most of the time we go to the doctors and they tell us you have cancer of the breast, cancer of prostate, cancer of the throat, cancer of tumor or whatever. And you finally live there only confused because you know that you may not come out of that cancer. But where we are, those of us who are here today, I thank God for the mindset that we had this morning and for this presentation that you have given us. Because when a doctor tells anybody in this, among us, we are 18, a doctor tells you that you have a tumor or you have a cancer or you have whatever thing it is, chronic disease, you should already know that there is a trigger from somewhere. I read a saying somewhere that out of two things, going to prison and being sick, Being sick is the greatest shame that you should have. It's not our fault because we don't know. But if we know the knowledge that you have, knowing your body and checking up, going for checkups. When we go for checkups, they do lab tests, they do all those checkups for us to know. They're looking for what is in our bodies that are causing that trouble. And one of the things that I learned is that God gave us a gift, and anybody who doesn't have that gift gets into trouble. That gift is pain. When once you hear any part of your body that signals pain, know that the cells of that particular area of the body are suffocating and they are not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
And what is making them to suffocate? It can be a virus. Let me bring, I'm sorry, some people might not actually know what I'm talking of. I know a lot of people on this platform know what jiga is. I know a lot of you know what jiga is. When when you have a jiga on your toe and you leave it and it lays the eggs, it will continue progressing. And what happens is that that particular food will start being numb because of the secretion that jiga is secreting around that area, and the cells of that particular area are dying because they are not getting the food that they were supposed to be getting. And we start getting those signals. What am I saying? I'm trying to say that viruses, bacteria, fungi, they have all the avenues of entering our bodies. God created everything according to its kind, and he looked at them and they were very good. Until Adam and Eve fell, they were not sick, they were healthy, and they were not, so they were fine. Were viruses created to live in man? That is a no, because if they were created to be in man, then Adam and Eve would have been sick because they would have been in them. Viruses had their own purpose for which God created them. Bacteria had their own. Worms have their own. So let us look at it this way. We get these things into our bodies because of whatever confusion happened before the recreation of the world. When we look from Genesis to Revelation, we find healing in Genesis. We find Jesus healing, and we go to Revelation, they still talk of healing with leaves and plants. Let us take care of our bodies. I actually plead. And one thing with cancer, with any chronic disease, as Sister Irene says, let us take it serious. There's a trigger, and that trigger is a virus, a bacteria, a chemical, or whatever thing we have taken in, either drinking plastic water or drinking this and that, those things that we send them in our bodies, they start after a long time giving us trouble. And is there treatment for them? I know a word that is used in the manual of man, healing. We don't have healing from human beings. We have healing from God. And therefore, whatever thing we have to do, we have to aid, because this body is a machine that God made that should heal itself. This body that we all carry heals itself. And we can only aid this body to heal itself We can aid it. Can we help it to heal itself? That's why we hear of healing in Genesis. We hear Jesus healing, and then we see it in Revelation. You can help it heal itself by just following the instructions that Sister Irene has given us. Let us listen to our bodies. Let us see whether we have any pain. Let us have our bi-yearly checkups or yearly checkups, whichever. I will introduce this. When Sister Lerato was talking, she talked about eating the right food. All of us here talk about eating the right food. We have learned from human beings to live lives that are a majority, not because we are listening to our bodies, but because the majority does it, we have to do it. We have to listen to our bodies first and then look at what is the food that is causing this. I was talking to somebody in Cameroon. He has been down for a long time and he has been drinking. He has very good vegetables in his garden that he has been mixing them and drinking as tea. And I told him, stop, take those herbs one after the other and drink it for 2 days to see whether you come up with those problems that you are having, and then identify the one that is causing the trouble, and then you get out of it and you have your health. All these viruses that we are talking of, bacteria, all the fungi that we are talking of, we get them into our system through one way or the other. It's not somebody else who does it. We sometimes do them deliberately. We sometimes do them without knowing. Sometimes when we go and sit in front of the doctor and tell him, the doctor will not know what we were doing or what we had done to have had that virus in us. Until they go and verify, they said they have this, but they cannot tell you you had it because of this. Please, 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 Sister Irene, I'm not going to give you a work. I'm just going to thank you so much for the presentations that you have given us, and let us put them into practice. Let us use them. Let us listen to our bodies. If somebody, we have what I have, I have what I call quarterly deworming. What is that? I try to get rid of bacteria, virus in the system. And you do it with what? We do it with the same food that we have. God provided all of these food for us to nourish our bodies with it and give us the immune system that can withstand those external things that we put in our bodies. If anybody wants to know anything concerning that quarterly, I wouldn't mind it. You call me, you talk to me, I will tell you what to do. So I still appreciate and thank you for that. If you have anything on fungi, do it. Thank you. But I'm not asking you to go digging. We have had it already that most of the things that are causing trouble in us, especially the cancers, you have given out a lot of the different viruses that are giving those cancers. Let us find out how can we get rid of some of these viruses in our systems before they come up to that level. I remember when we were very young children, our parents would take some warm medicines and force us that were very bad to test. They force it down your throat and you will take it. The next day you actually go and you pull out those worms and you see them. We didn't know what our parents were doing to us. Please, please listen to this. Go over it and over again, and let's take care of ourselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for that talk, my brother. Talking about worms, I laughed because our grandmother used to give it to us, and I remember he gave us this, and one of my uncles, so my dad's last brother, he was probably just 3 years older than me, because my dad is the first child, and yours and below. But my uncle had so much warmth in him, I don't think he knew. And what she gave us was just something that will, weaken the muscles of these worms. They can't do it, and then you poop them. They actually got tight in my uncle's butt, and he couldn't push it out. And one of them was hanging out, and he's screaming and running around, screaming, wow, wow. And then grandma just put it, I mean, it was hundreds of these things. All right, nasty. I don't talk about it. Look, Mr. Joseph, don't hesitate to tell us what exactly you want for me to look up. If I don't know, I might make a research on something and bring it to you.
Sister Irene, let's challenge him to come and do some presentation.
Huh?
Let's challenge Brother Joseph too for presentation on the.
Let me. It's not that I don't want to do the presentation. You heard Sister Irene says that because of YouTube and certain things and the areas where we find ourselves at times, you might not want to come up with certain things quite public without knowing who is who. I would like to, like the quarterly treatment for those things. I will talk to somebody one-on-one because that person will give me his or her word that I will do or not. That's it.
So what I would say is that these viruses that we talked about, they just didn't start today. They've always been there.
Yeah.
But our bodies have kept them dormant, or the human body had kept them dormant because we had robust immunity. But a lot of things are going on in the world today that are compromising the immunity of many people. And so these viruses will just flare up. Take, for example, growing up in Cameroon, I worked in the hospital. And when HIV started, people thought that HIV was caused by TB. No. The unfortunate thing is that we have most people in sub-Saharan Africa, and especially in Cameroon, in the coastal regions, they have what they call latent TB. So the TB is in us, but because we have robust immunity, our body will hold this TB virus and keep it. And it doesn't cause disease. It is there quiet. Then you get HIV, your immunity is compromised, and boom, the TB wakes up and causes a disease in you. And then you show up in the hospital coughing up blood and all, and then they say you have TB. And you're thinking that, oh, I have TB. And then in the course of being in the hospital, they realize that you have HIV. It is not the TB that caused the HIV. HIV made that TB wake up. But it had been quiet in you until your immunity was compromised. So these things have been there. All these viruses have been there, but they were quiet. Like the KSHV I told us about, KSHV virus, they say, is endemic in sub-Saharan Africa. But our people live with it, and it doesn't cause anything because their immunity is strong. Then now when you get HIV, or you are sick, or you're getting older, and that immunity weakens, then that KSHV virus is not controlled anymore. It's like you let the dogs out of the cage, and then I run around and do things and cause destruction. So the way to keep these things and don't have it is make healthy choices, keep your immunity robust, and these viruses will be quiet. They only wake up if now your immunity is compromised. So I can, like I said, I was surprised that at work, I learned that almost all of us have the EBV virus in us, the Epstein-Barr virus. It is there. And the only time it will cause a problem is when your immunity is compromised or something happens and it flares. And then you will now get some kind of disease. But if it flares like that and you take care of it quick, take some antiviral and eat well and bring back your immunity back up, it's gone. But when it comes up and you already are not doing, you don't have those healthy choices, now you have other diseases, diabetes, hypertension, some chronic illness that is already overworking your immune system. And then this virus wakes up because that immune system, you don't have much of any cushion. You don't have much of any strength to fight that. And then it will overwhelm your body, insert itself in so many cells, grow and multiply. So these viruses only grow and multiply when they can take over the activities of your cells. And then once they start growing and multiplying and growing, they break the DNA, they interrupt the cell cycles, and then these cells get confused because they can't find their DNA. There's a broken link somewhere and they can't repair it, and then they just go wild. But if your immune system is strong, these T cells, some of the T cells, all they do is go around and look for abnormal cells and destroy them. But when those cells are not there to go around, and we call those ones scavengers, they just go around and look and go around your body. If there are some abnormal cells that the DNA is destroyed or something happened, when you cut your body, you sometimes get that swelling because these T cells run into that area to make sure that they prevent any bacteria, anything from getting in. They bring more blood flow to that area to make sure that, they build that defense there. But if you don't have the T cells to build that defense, then you are open to things to grow wild. So the only way to prevent these things not having these cancers is by keeping a robust immune system. Do all your yearly checks, do the vaccines. Unfortunately, the world is so confusing now, you don't even know whether I should get the vaccines or not. I don't know. Are you guys confused like I am? So, but trust me, those that have worked, like we know that the measles vaccine has worked for years. They take the vaccines and people don't have the measles. Now we don't even know whether we should take it or not. We know that the polio vaccines and some of those, they have worked. So I don't know what is going on. Is it that they're... All right, we're in the worldwide web. I'll stop there. But please, healthy choices. Make healthy choices. Know what you buy from the store to cook. Don't buy already processed food. Those that are ready to just open the can and pour in the pot and warm it up. Buy your food fresh. Take time and prepare it yourself and cook it. Also, don't go for, those things that are grown in greenhouses or genetically modified and all that, because I don't know what happens in there when they're genetically modified. They knock out some electrons and put in some things that when they get in you, they'll be knocking out electrons too. If you can try to stay organic, well and good. It is hard because you will feel like we are having so much science is out there, we're developing, and so these things, the they should be going down, but for some reason, we're getting more of it. People are getting sicker, and we just can't tell. I can tell that in our community, most of us coming from Africa, we don't have a lot of cancers in our community like we do today. But we do. We do so much that you turn around, oh, this one died. Young one, old ones, oh, this person died. They had prostate cancer. I lost a family friend not long ago in Florida, prostate cancer. A couple of weeks ago, we lost a young girl in her 30s from some kind of sarcoma. Why? And then, so there's a lot going on, and you just don't know why. So let's try to go back to the basics. Cook our food with palm oil. Please don't be worried that cook our food, because sometimes when you think of the process that they make all these vegetable oils, I wonder which vegetable that I can squeeze and get oil out of it. But you know, our palm nuts, you cook them and you squeeze them and you get the oil. I think we should go back to that. There's a lot. We need to go back to the basics. That's my thinking, though. It's not scientifically proven, but when I think that our parents or we grew up eating these things and these things were not that rampant, what went wrong? What are we doing wrong? Ooh, so many hands up. Dr. P, you can't hear you.
Now I'm telling Queen Dr. Benny, we're waiting. I think I was next.
All right.
Go, Dr. B.
Queen Dr. P, could you please proceed?
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
I just want to follow up with all what Sister Irene, Brother Joseph, Sister Lerato, all what we've said here, right? Back to the basic, keep our immune system intact.
Mama?
I think Brother Joseph, you already talked that God, and I think Sister Lerato, I think we've said it so many times in this platform. God sent us with a complete package, right? Gave us the tools, sunlight. Most of us with our nice melatonin body, what's the word? What's our body type again? We are suffering in this part of the world because the sun is not even enough, and because our body was already built to protect excess sun to come through because of where we came from originally. We're suffering from that lack of
body.
Yeah, we're suffering from that vitamin D deficiency. And a lot of people don't know. And that causes a lot of chronic conditions as well. So when they serve, or they call it 8 good doctor, natural doctor, God gave us doctor, one of them is sunshine. So that I say a lot of our community will left and come now, boom, boom, we're dropping up, down, water. A lot of people don't even drink. We're always rushing. And I've gone through that phase. I have my, 3-liter flask I put my water, I try to drink a day. But depending on what area I'm at my work, I might just sit on the computer and I don't even have time to sip that water. Chasing to pay bills. Rest. There were some 6, 7, 8 years straight that I don't think I had more than 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep. Okay. I didn't go out because we're in the computer, we have to get this done. Timeline was there. I will talk about exercise. Thank you, Sister Lerato, to challenge us today. You know, I used to try to say, okay, I'll take my lunch break, just go out and walk around the block. But trust me, as I said, there was a period of about 8 years in my life, even that lunch break, even go to the bathroom, I couldn't stand on that computer because I need to deliver. So when I left Europe to the US, I realized it was a different type of mindset. And I've come to realize that we are making everything important that's not important, if you know what I mean. Everything is important. Everything is like now, yeah, the mentality. Diet, we talked about what? Now, why do we go and take that and they call it 1 minute meal, throw in the microwave? We don't have time. We don't have time to peel that plantains and put it in that pot and cook it for 1 hour or 2. We don't have time to take that beans fresh from and boil it and cook it. We want to just take the one in the can and throw it. We don't have time. So we're introducing things in our body that our bodies are not used to. And there's just self-control. Self-control is one of them. Self-control, Mrs. Lerato talk about it, even from the discipline to go out and do that work. Self-control not to eat more than we need. I'm not excusing myself, I'm part of it. Please don't think that I'm righteous. They say that if you're not of sin, cast the first stone. I'm not saying that I'm righteous. Do not quote me. I'm just saying that this is for us. And faith and trust. Trust in the Almighty that has given this body that is self. Why is it that praying? What time can I put? Abraham, people were living to the 700 years, and now we're struggling to pass 50. What has gone wrong? Again, it's all these things. Sister Irene is saying that we have things that are dominant in our body, but it wakes up in us new people now because everybody is rushing, stressing themselves. Stress brings a lot of those things out, but stress compromises your immune system as well. It doesn't only have to be a virus. Stress will compromise your immune system. When people hear immune compromised system, they're just thinking that, oh, it must be one of the viruses, HIV. No. Are you resting enough? Are you getting quality sleep? Do you have good sleep hygiene? I don't. Let's ask ourselves other question. I started trying to implement some. I don't have any gadget, anything in my bedroom. I don't want any blue light, any radiation in my bedroom. I don't. If you call me in the night, I will never answer. That's why I say call me anytime, because once I've gone to bed, my phone is not there. I did that how many years? It's come up to 10 years, right? Because people will be sleeping, their phone is next to them. Boom, oh, I have to look. I call it, I used to say, call it what, WhatsApp syndrome or chat syndrome. Why? They say, oh, you have children. I said, there's nothing that's an emergency. I'm not 911. I'm not 911. I'm not the first respondent. I'm not the medical doctor. So why shouldn't I go and rest? If it's Cameroon, I can't do anything. I made that decision how many years ago, and I had young kids. Tough decision, but I did. But I'm not still sleeping enough. I will never buy canned beans. I'd rather soak my beans and cook it. I started making a little bit of, I'm not there yet. I remember it's over 21 years ago when I had my twins. I don't want to say what were on YouTube. And I made a decision to go as organic as possible. And people laugh. So we'll see how that lasts. Because you go to the store, you see organic milk, you see non-organic milk, you see all those things. The prices are different. It's day and night, right? Taste the organic banana and the non-organic banana. Drink the organic milk and the non-organic milk. Do all of that. You'll know the difference.
Right.
I made that decision. It was hard at the beginning, right? Because now you were spending more on grocery than usual. And now it just becomes second nature. It doesn't occur to me. And what made me to make that decision? I say, how much is health? Can you price your health?
No.
I have parents that, I have a mom, not parents, that had chronic disease. How much I was spending on medication did not make sense. And I used some natural things and remove her from some of her medications, right? We are not there yet. I'm not there yet. Don't get me wrong. But let's all, today's topic, take that as our mantra and start doing better. Forget about this fast life. You see, I see African people, they start saying that, oh, I'm eating continental, noodles. Tell me the plant that noodles grown from, please. Can somebody tell me how noodles is being grown? We take all this in the bag, I would think that we have arrived. Now, I'm not eating this is my corn. If anyway, they've messed up corn. When you grew corn organically, you had the fiber, everything in one. I know they've messed it up now. And I grind it and I make my eba. You want to laugh that I'm eating eba? At least I knew how that thing was. It was planted in the soil, it grew up. But we want to eat some noodles, some spaghetti. How was it grown, people? Let's stop trying to arrive. Since Irene said a lot of us now are getting into these diseases that we did not know in our community, and we're getting young because we've come with a stupid mindset. Palm oil, please, everybody go and study oils and their heat index. Then you know what to cook with and what not to cook with. When I did oil and heat index, was an eye-opener for me. The oil that you should put in the pot and cook, that will take heat, and the ones that will not take heat, that will convert to something else. Study your oils, please. Let's stop trying to be arriving, thinking that we have, I studied when I did public health. They say chronic disease started as a rich man in disease. Okay? Because they could both buy that thing. And when they become, because they're intelligent, it became a poor man disease. Chronic disease changed from a rich man disease to a poor man disease. I remember when I took my children out once when they were younger to Newark to go and help the homeless. They were young kids. They don't know what they say. And they say, Mom, these people don't look like they're hungry. Look how fat, they use our word fat, they are. And I was like, because it's cheaper to buy a dollar meal from McDonald's. Okay? So chronic disease became a poor man disease because the rich people quickly realized I don't have to eat that big steak. They start cutting it down. They have a slice of meat that they use. And we poor people, fast meal, McDonald's dollar meal, a Happy Meal. Hey, we stop there. I give my children McDonald's. Oh, I can't stand my African brother sometimes. And when my kids went to the school, they asked, what is your best meal? They say, fufu and okra. The teacher asked me, are they pretending, where is this child? They were expecting them to say McDonald's, Burger King's. She said fufu and okra. And then when they insisted, they said, oh, you mean I should say McDonald's? That's my second choice. Because when I was doing road trip with my kids, I cook food. I put it in a hot flask and we'll stop on the road, we eat it. Sometimes they will beg them, Mom, can we just have pizza? And then occasionally, of course, we have to balance it. But I will make a whole meal and carry it and work with it because I want to know what is in my meal. So let's not say we have arrived and do foolish. My dear brothers and sisters from the Queen Debbie will say what? What's out? Come on, Queen Carla. What's out? Again, please, can you? I want to be politically correct.
Oh, Global South.
Global South. Let's take away that notion that we have arrived.
We haven't.
We start doing foolish. Knowledge is power. Brother Joseph has said it. Being healthy, the things are there. They're there in plants and everything. Food, cook what you know, eat what you know. If you buy anything, look at the ingredients. If you cannot pronounce it, don't eat it. Means it's chemicals. Let me shut my mouth and rest my case. You have gotten me too excited today. I don't know why. I'm not a presenter, but I'm talking. Please don't ask me to present. I cannot
because
present.
It affects us personally. That's why we're going crazy.
I can't present. Please do not say patient. Come and present. I can't present. You people just brought a tough, thought-provoking presentation today, both of you. And it touched me a lot because it is a shame that we take our money and put it on things that are not important. I'm talking about people from Global South, my community. And the things that are important will be like, somebody go and buy a wig for $500, they cannot go and buy organic milk to drink. Come on now, people. Come on.
And please stop cooking in the microwave.
And they say, oh, I don't cook in my house. I don't cook in my house, I eat out. Come on now. Do you know what they're putting in that meal? You have not arrived, people. Eating out doesn't make you arrive. Doesn't make you, let me not say what I wanted to say. Let me say, my village girl from Africa, please, just be mindful what you put in your system. Cook in your own house, you know that you eat what is healthy.
Yeah.
What you think, Debbie? Queen Benny, sorry.
You know, you'll be looking, trust me, Chinese don't use microwave like we do.
You know, have anybody eaten an authentic Chinese meal? I went out with my colleagues and what they were ordering was not what was in the menu.
Yes, I have.
I said, can you order for me, please? Let me tell you, it's different from what me and you enter a regular Chinese restaurant eat, okay?
Yes, correct.
Their food are very healthy.
It is.
But they had to Americanize it or globalize it when they go to the other countries. Please.
Absolutely. I mean, Sister Pat, it looks like that last comment has just brought me to the additional point I wanted to remind us of. I mean, everything has been said, explained, but again, if we look at where we are today versus the question that Queen Sister Irene talked about, let us go back to the basics. Who are the ones pushing us to be where we are today, and why do they want us to be eating the types of food we eat? or the lifestyle that we want to live. That is the corporate, the people who wants to make the money. They don't care about you. Nobody cares about your health. Only you can take charge. Only you can take control. I mean, we've heard it. I don't need to repeat again what we need to do. Besides being an informed person, being an informed patient, this information is really relevant and is going to be relevant for all times for us to know, be aware, and then we make those choices. But if you are going to make those choices and you don't understand that it is the infrastructure, it is the society, the structural things that we have around us that are making it, or let me use the word facilitate, they make it easy. But does making it easy for us to access these things, whether it's food or directing us to information that is not the healthiest of the information. Now it is up to you and me to be able to determine which one is the healthy one to choose. So that intentionality where we are choosing what we eat, what we feed our brains with, what we read, what we learn, and the lifestyle we want to live, that is what is going to be preventive for us, in order not to find ourselves exposed to all of the health issues that our sister has told us today, or reminded us today. I mean, know your body and cancer. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can imagine many of us can connect viruses to many other diseases, but not that the origin or the connection with cancer. So you can imagine how when you come to get this knowledge and you are aware what you can do on your end to make sure that you can connect the dots and you can do your preventive so it doesn't lead you to that point. So that is just what I wanted to add, because everything has already been well explained and, you know, really, really reinforced. So thank you. Over to you, Queen Dr. Benny.
It looks like Dr. B just pop out when she comes back in. And okay, she's here. Over to you, Queen First Lady, Dr. Benny.
Yeah, Queen Carla, are you done?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry, there is no... Hello. Hold on, Doc. Hold on.
There's nothing on the chat, right?
No, there is nothing on the chat at the moment, please.
Okay, so it looks like Dr. BSA have something to put with my wrap up, but before we wrap up, please, and all 16 of us, I take you were all part of the challenge. Sister Lerato have dropped it and also drop a PDF you can download from your chat.
Just wait for me,
of
please.
the 5 habits,
please.
And every Sunday we'll try to report who is doing well, how can we encourage each other. So on Sundays, we'll do an accountability. For the next 30 days, please, let's try to do this 5 habits. She has put it on the chat and also drop a PDF which you can download.
I'm sorry.
So if you want to download the PDF of the 5 habits, you can go ahead and do that. And I think she wrote it as well. Let's try and challenge ourselves while we wait for Dr. B and Sister Lerato, Sister Irene. If people can just give us like a 1-sentence take-home message, then we'll close for the day.
Irene, you want to start first? You're muted, sis.
Please, you are muted.
All right, sorry. So, well, we have actually exhausted this topic. The only thing I will say, like I said it, is to make healthy choices. Make healthy choices. Keep your body strong so that when something comes, the body will have that strong defense to fight back. Your immune system is very important in every aspect of health, whether you're having a bacteria infection, viral infection, just regular illness, whatever, your immune system is very important. And while I was reading this, it wasn't a scientific paper, but I'm planning to look more detailedly into it. A lot of your immunity comes from the gut. The bone marrow and the lymphatic system does that, but I was surprised that more than 70% of your immunity is from the gut. Like I said, I read it in a paper. It's not a scientific paper. I'm going to do more research on that. Maybe I'll bring that back. But it kind of like took me aback. I just thought that it's the bone marrow, the lymphatic system, and all that, but the gut. So if you're one that you don't eat healthy and you're having all these constipations and everything, you are having a gut bacteria imbalance. So your gut is supposed to have a 50-50, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. So when you are not eating healthily, when you are not doing the healthy choices, the bad bacteria is more forceful and everything, and it will overwhelm the body and overshadow the good bacteria. And so your immune system gets compromised just by having a gut imbalance. So make sure that you eat healthily, balanced diet, use the bathroom daily, no room for constipations or diarrhea and all that. And that will help with your immunity. So healthy choices is your number one. If your immune system is robust, strong, then you can fight. You will be like the American military that is strong and no one in the world can fight them back. You need to be like that. So build that immunity in you so that you can overcome anything. So as you heard it, these bacteria or viruses in you are always there, and they will only rise up and cause problems in you when your immunity is compromised. So that will be the takeaway, and let's keep that going. Go back to the basics. Thank you very much.
Yes, and for me, I will conclude by saying that if you change what you are saying, you change what you are seeing. So let's watch what we say to ourselves, even in secret in our heads, those thoughts that the things that keep our mind running and what we say out to ourselves. And I'll also say the secret of your success is hidden in your choices and your routine, your daily routine. If we're going to succeed, we have to fix our daily routine. And like I said, how do we invest in ourselves and make sure and set up ourselves for success? Small things that you can make, small changes that you can make, and adjustments that you can make. If you don't like exercise, like Dr. Patient said, just walk or dance or do something, but you have to stay active so that you can also, build your resistance as well. Exercise is very important. So make small changes, read, empower your mind, invest in yourself, rest as well. Very quality rest is very important. Yeah, invest in yourself, good food, rest, and try to reduce stress. One of the biggest killers right now is stress. So let's try to manage our stress and find ways to safeguard our minds, our spirit, our soul from stressors, and find things that will help us. And one of them is, listening to material that will build you, that will build your faith, that will build your mind. So let's find things that we can self-regulate with, things that will help us to calm down and to build our minds, our spirit, and our bodies. So our choices count. So every day for the next 30 days, I'm expecting all of us to subscribe to what we're doing, because the first step takes you to 1,000 miles, right? But you have to make the first move in order for you to improve and add value to your life. So let's take the first step. We might be stumbling, but we're going to be stumbling together. We will hold each other accountable. Like I like what Sister Kanla said, that every Sunday we will meet here and talk about our progress. And even if we fall short in the week, I mean, you fall down, you pick yourself up again, and you join. The worst thing you can do is to give up, but we're not gonna give up. When you stumble, if one day you miss the day, just start again and pick it up, and let's keep it moving. The main fact is that you are intentional and you're making that change, and we're implementing those 5 habits that will help us to reach our goals. So thank you so much, and I'm expecting all of us to join and to to get to 30 days together, and I know we can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, my sisters. This is a thought-provoking day today. You know, you say what? Let our mind not limit us. Don't be scared. Don't let one day make you fall. You fall, you rise up and walk. And when you're a baby trying to walk, how many times do you fall down? Do the baby sit down there? No, they stand up. They try to take the steps. So as we go through our 30-day challenge, the day that you fall, please don't stay on the ground. Get up, dust yourself, try to do what you can do. Let your mind not be your limitation. And yes, Sister I, they say if you fix your gut microbiome, you fix a lot of things that is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Our gut is very important. And how do we damage our gut? By what we put inside our mouth. So let's be mindful. Let's take our rest. Let's drink our water. Let's go out for sun. I know in North America now there's no sun. Check your vitamin D levels. If you need to do that, do what you have to do. Let's keep ourselves healthy. Let's go through this challenge and see where it will take us. Let's just be intentional this year. Intentionality. To say, okay, at least the good thing is that Sister Lerato did not give us time per day, right? He just tell us to do that. He didn't say do it for 30 minutes. I joined a group that we used to, we had a challenge to pray for an hour every day. And some days were 2 hours. I did that 2 months, and the 3rd month I dropped out because I'm like, this month I don't think I can do 1 hour prayers a day. I'm not a person that pray for long, but that was my mind again. So I'm going to pick it back up. I've joined a group that we do New Testament reading in a month. I started last March. I'll do it again this March. Every other month I've been doing that. Through that challenge, I've read the Bible. I can say I've read the Bible twice within a year, from Genesis to Revelation. Old Testament 5 times, New Testament 2 times. Accountability had helped me. I've tried for years. As I said, I'm way over half a century, and I've never succeeded to do that. I mean, no audio book, nothing. They want you to take a paper Bible, read every word at a time. And I joined the program. And as I said, I joined in March last year. And even through all the adversity last year, I did it because they train you to see through the little things that can be obstacle, and your mind can use it to say, no, you're not going to read or you're not going to do it. And I did it, and I've done the New Testament, I think like 4 times or so, and the Old Testament twice. The Old Testament is longer. I just finished the Old Testament. It was tough, but because I had accountability, and that's what our sister is wanting us to do the next 30 days, I finished it. It looked like Jeremiah this year was my Achilles heel, Jeremiah and Ezekiel. And I said, you cannot bring me down this time, people. But I did it. So we can do it. We can do everything through Christ who strengthens us. So let's not forget to join our sisters' webinar. I think we have deep dive. We have Mindset Monday at I think 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join Queen Miriam and Dr. Derek on YouTube. Then we have Deep Dive Globally Changing Life on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join them. If you don't see some of us on this platform, not because please join them. I have a crazy schedule this year, taking care of my 2 parents. So sometimes during the weeks it's difficult. But I'm telling you, I'm talking about this platform not because you cannot go anywhere else. These are platforms that believe that our mindset is important, and if we realize that our mind is our limitation, our mind is what can make us or break us. And when God says he didn't give us the spirit of timidity, but of sound mind. See, everything is in the old book, right? So join them. Then on Monday through Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the event draw. But they are live twice. They used to do 5 days live, now they're doing live twice on Tuesdays and Thursday. Queen Carla, correct me if I'm wrong. And the rest
That
are
is
pre-recorded.
correct.
So please join them. If you don't have anything to do, they will give you ideas. So join them, support the cause if you can, and remain safe. For those in Northeast, stay safe in the house. I know the weather is coming, but we can do this. Let's challenge ourselves. Every Sunday, we'll just do a quick pool. I did every week. I did 2 days. I did 1 day. I didn't do it. We'll encourage you to start the next week. Let's not let our mind be our limitation. So if anybody else doesn't have anything to do, I would say let's all unmute ourselves and say that we will do it. Everybody unmute ourselves and say, I am in and I will going to take the
I
challenge.
am in. I will do it.
I am
Amen.
in and I will do it.
I am
Hallelujah.
in. I will do it.
Correct. So let's take the challenge, just 5 habits. The good thing is that I said our queen did not tell us that do everyone for 30 minutes. He just tell you do it. So let's start small and grow big. If not, bye everyone. See you next Sunday. Dream Team 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. And next week we're going back to finance, I think. And March 8th. March 8th is our is a daylight savings time, I think.
Yes.
So
March
just be
8th.
mindful, March 8th, our brothers and sisters in Europe, because you don't move your clock until the 29th. So we'll try our best to make the time correct on a flyer, but please just double check on March 8th. I'm giving 2 weeks notice because I want to remind myself to make sure you join at the right time. Thank you all. And as my sister said, I love you all. Bye-bye. Dream
Bye.
Team leader, very fast.
Bye,
Okay?
everyone.
Dream Team leaders,
Bye.
quick
We
planning.
are all right. We are all in it to win it. We
Yes.
will do
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's our challenge.
Our challenge, let's win this challenge together.